Using a table of values, what is an approximate solution of a given equation to the nearest quarter unit? So this is just like the other problems that we've done. We're just going to take our graphing calculator and we're going to graph it, and then we're going to set the incremental value, the increment, to 0.25 because that's what a quarter is. They're talking about 1/4, right? So you could plug in 1/4, and that'll give you an answer on one side and another side, and then you increase, but we're going to let the calculator do all that. So I'm going to clear this out, and I'm going to take and put in the absolute value of x plus 3. Then I'm going to clear this one out, and I'm going to do 3 raised to the x plus 1. And I think, well, let's graph it and see where they cross. Holy moly, it crosses 3 times. So I was trying to avoid this. So in the actual question, there's some multiple choice answers. So I'm going to put the multiple choice answers here because only one of them is going to be correct. So here are the multiple choice answers. Here is the graph. And if I look at this, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's either B or it's A, right? Well, wait, what's this one? This one's greater than 1. Wow, it could be any one of those. So we're literally going to have to look at the data. In other words, this is pretty close. This is pretty close. This is pretty close. This is pretty close. But I've got an intersection here. I've got an intersection here and an intersection here. So I literally got to look at the numbers and figure out which one's the closest. Okay. So let's do it. Let's look at the values. So I'm going to pull up this and this, and we're going to look at the table of values. So I'm going to start at 4. Whoops, wrong one. I'm going to start at -4. I'm sorry, -4. And since we're looking at the quarter values, I'm going to put 0.25. So we're going to count by 0.25. Then we're going to look at the table of values. And what we're looking for is where the two numbers are the closest together. So when I look at this, this is about 0.25 off. We're looking to see where these two numbers, the red number and the blue number, are closest. So this is about 0.25 off. In other words, if I take 1.01 and subtract 0.75 from it, it's about 0.25. So then I look at this one. This is way off. This is way off. This is way off, right? This is 0.75 off. This is 0.5 off. So now it's getting closer, right? But it's still off. This one is 0.11, but that's not one of the choices. So I don't know why I'm looking at each one. What I really need to do is say, how close is this one? 0.25. How close is this one? That's pretty close. That's 0.14, right? And how do I do that real quick in my head? It's not even 0.14, it's 0.11. I'm just thinking 125 minus 114. That would give me a difference of 11. Now let's go to the positive value. So now I got to go to positive 1.5. That's way off. Oh, and then 1.25. That's way off. So I think negative 1.75 is the closest because those are so close. Okay. So those are the closest because the difference between them is 0.11. That's the only one that is that close. So we're going to go with this. Okay.